What's up, everybody? Welcome to a new episode of Nerds of UVM. I'm your host, David. I'm joined by my friend Bob.
Hello.
I'm joined by newcomer Ace. And I'm joined by my friend Luke.
Hey, everyone.
Yes, everybody just give it up for Ace for guesting on this episode.
Thank you. I appreciate the invite to come back.
Oh, she's wearing a throwback for the first time she was on, too. Wonder Woman.
I remember going to a comic book store and finding Wonder Woman. It was like a really early, newer version, so I've gotten into the older versions, which is kind of a blast looking at the different graphics and everything. But
I enjoy that. I enjoy seeing like humble beginnings to like the very, very like detailed graphic kind of stuff they can do now.
So for those of you who don't know what this show is, it's a roundtable talk show where we talk about all things nerdy and geek-centric. We're talking about Avengers Infinity War this episode. You specifically, I think, requested to be on this episode.
oh yes,
Yes,
I
because
can't wait.
love Marvel. A little hot up in here now all of a sudden.
Avengers...
No, that's the lights.
I think we should just, take the time to talk about expectations for the movie, memories of Marvel, because this has been 10 years, people.
Oh my
This
god.
has been my entire, these have been all my formative years,
It's
especially.
gonna bomb. No, I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. I'm
No,
totally kidding.
okay, we'll get into probably our fears as well, but like that is a fear of mine.
Yeah.
That is a fear of mine.
What, that it bombs? Or that
No,
the
no,
movie's
that-
bad? Because it won't bomb. It's already
No,
outsold
yeah.
Black Panther's pre-order.
Yeah,
I think
just,
that enough
well, I mean, we'll get into it later, but I'll just go into my fears of like the sequel like kind of mistakes that happen. But we'll get into that later.
Okay.
We'll get into that later. I don't want to start off like that.
All right, well, Ace, since you're the guest here, I figured we give you the chance to talk about, expectations, hopes of the film.
Oh man, I do have a fear like you do that it may not live up to what I want it to be.
Oh, I know.
But I do think it's still going to be good nonetheless, which I think I'm just like
Mhm.
so excited for it, and I love all of the characters, and I'm glad that Black Panther came out first because it really I think energizes this next movie as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's so much
I didn't-
energy going to this
Oh
right
yeah,
now.
Just-
Well,
Because if we had to wait for Thor and then this, I think it would have
I think,
too much time.
It's a good follow-up to it.
Yeah.
Well, the length of when the movie comes out, I don't know. I'm curious about what you mean by just the time that Black Panther came out, or like the actual character having his movie out before.
oh the movie itself.
Okay, all right.
Because
all right.
I feel like it brought so much attention towards like Marvel movies in general. Like
I think it's a nice like kickoff. Like here we
Yeah.
go again, guys.
There's a lot of hype around Black Panther, and there's a lot of hype around Infinity
Yeah.
War, so they're
Yeah.
riding a wave.
yeah, I just know a lot of my friends started watching Marvel movies because of this movie. Or Black Panther specifically, and now they're excited to go and watch.
Oh, so they
Is that-
binge
is
watch
that
like
real?
all the
Yeah.
like the dozens of other Marvel.
Yeah, they were like,
Yeah.
oh, this is actually not half bad. Maybe I should watch the other ones, and then
For me, it was Iron Man. I mean,
No, that is interesting to hear because there are only a handful of movies that not movie people go to watch. Like I think your average person goes to the movies maybe 3 or 4 times a year
Right.
max.
Unless it's like something
My
big.
family-
unless it's
Yeah.
something big, yeah. And
It's
it's
a lot
like
of traction in the news.
yeah, and that's the thing. Black Panther. Black Panther might have been that one movie for a bunch of people who don't either have the funding to go see a lot of movies in the year, or just it's the one that they want to go see. I'm curious to see if that actually does win over any new fans or any new audience.
Right.
that'd be cool.
I have a feeling every Marvel movie has done that. To be honest, like with new fans.
You think so?
I think even with not the great ones. Like the first 2 Thors weren't great. The first one was good. The second one wasn't great. I do really like
I
the
prefer
third
the
one.
second.
I don't think any of the Thor movies are all
Oh,
that
well,
good.
but I think with every Marvel movie does have a new crop of fans, and they can bring something different. Especially so the first Captain America movie I thought was all right. They had a lot of potential. They had a lot of potential to make it great, but then I think it really
I was on
got.
David's level.
But no, I think it really got great with Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier's phenomenal. It's still the best.
And
Marvel
then,
movie.
because Winter Soldier and Civil War are I debate which one's my favorite.
I think Winter Soldier's still the best. Easy.
I think it edges it out, Civil War, by a smidgen, to be honest.
I like the whole airport fight scene because it's cool.
No, yeah.
I don't know. The setting's kind of bland to me. I don't know. Just
We
like
only
that
can
whole,
use Atlanta so many times, to be honest. But they
Yeah.
did make it. They did use a lot of green screen for that too. And I think the airport was only used for a lot of external shots. They couldn't exactly set off pyrotechnics. Around
Also not a
flaming.
fan. Also not a
Yeah.
fan of the coloring in that movie. A lot of stuff looks washed out.
I don't know.
Like if
about
you look at
that.
Iron Man's suit, especially, you know how he's in the first Iron Man movie, since we're talking about
Very
MCU
red,
related.
yeah.
Well, he said get a hot rod colors or something like that
Yeah.
to Jarvis when he was for the suits for the Mark III's first test run or whatever. In Captain America: Civil War, it looks very, very washed out red and sort of dull gold. I'm like, not really great.
I don't know.
I
It's not
just-
great looking, is it?
I don't think that really takes me out of it. Maybe they're trying something to portray like how the attitudes around the entire team now and maybe the situation, but I still I don't know. I never really caught that, to be honest.
For me now, they've proven with like Black Panther, with Doctor Strange, the fight scene locales can be super interesting and add a lot to a fight. So for this big like showdown, like what we see in the trailer, them charging in the field, I think that'll be fine because it's a lot of people and you need an open space. Yeah.
Wakanda.
I just don't want it to be like washed out or like
I don't think
it looks more dynamic. It looks actually like.
I like that they're like coming out of the forest and they're like.
Yeah, it looks like James Gunn got involved and was like, here, let me tell you how to do color prop.
I think they also watched like a lot of like medieval like scenes from movies and like, hey, let's watch. This is how Braveheart charged.
Well, I'm not even talking about like the cinematography necessarily.
Man,
it
like, looks so.
The colors pop to me. They feel like they come right out of the Infinity comic book line.
Yeah.
Which is great because I think that was Steve Ditko.
I'm not a comic book. I watch
or
the
Jack
movies.
Kirby maybe. I think.
That's kind of how I am.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, back on Infinity War as a whole, Ace, expectations for it and stuff like that.
I have high hopes. I think it's going to bring a lot of people together, and we're going to see a lot of like new storylines. I didn't want to spoil a lot for the movie itself, so I don't know plotline wise. I've just seen like the trailers and like updates and that kind of thing, but I'm really interested to see where they take it because where they left off.
Because there's another Infinity War. This isn't the complete Infinity War series.
There's an Avengers 4. There will be an immediate follow-up.
Yeah, that's what I mean, too.
Like Avengers 1 and 2, they were more disparate, but they were sequels to each other. Avengers 4 is an immediate follow-up because it comes out next summer.
Okay.
Yeah, but isn't Ant-Man and the Wasp?
Well, yeah, there's the buffer.
We got Ant-Man and the Wasp and Captain Marvel in between that time.
Yeah, there's going to be the buffer.
Will it be actually in between the time of the two movies?
Yeah, because Ant-Man and the Wasp come out. It's the third.
I'm just curious how.
No. He's talking about timeline-wise.
I
think
okay.
Ant-Man
like
and the Wasp.
universe.
I think Ant-Man and the Wasp is canonically after Infinity War, which is interesting. But Captain Marvel takes place in the 90s.
Yeah, I don't know how that's going to set up.
What?
So it goes back.
Yeah, it goes back, and Nick Fury's going to be in there, and so is Coulson actually.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
that's nice. That's a nice
little off Agents of Shield.
That's nice.
Yeah.
But
that'll be fun. Though.
Like I'm with Ace too. Like I have my theories on what I think what scenes are going where. I don't know how they're gonna work out.
You mean from the trailer itself?
From the piecing them from like TV spots and the trailer and stuff. I have a general feeling of how I think like a certain time frame might happen within the movie. Other than that, I have no idea. I have guesses, and they might not even be accurate guesses of how this stuff is going to turn out. I mean, I think we also should discuss possible deaths in the movie as well. But that could be later on in the episode.
That's all right. We can talk about deaths, right? I think they haven't made it clear that there's going to be impactful moments in this film.
I think they have to do it though.
They don't have to.
I don't know.
Like everybody says they have to. It's like they don't.
Yeah, but it also shows like something like Thanos is huge, and like people do not make it out alive.
Yeah, but like
I think it's gonna be a lot of the more like beeline story characters and stuff like that.
Well, if you do
and
that,
I think maybe one or two A-list.
If you do that, then like
That's
if you do that, then I think you sort of put a detriment on like because like Ultron killed off Quicksilver, but it was like okay, whatever. It's not actually killing a character off and having them stay dead.
Is there anyone at the end of their contracts? Because
both of the
that's also another thing.
I mean,
too.
it doesn't matter that much. It does to a certain extent. Like Chris Evans, here's the thing, right? Love Chris Evans as Captain America.
Yeah,
I think actually looking back at Civil War, I think he was like a little bit like. It kind of felt like there were points where he was kind of phoning it in a little bit. I don't want to say that, but it kind
for which one?
Civil War.
I don't know.
I got the vibe a little bit.
I think you can get that from any Marvel actor who.
No, but I look back at like I look back at.
You ever heard of Robert Downey Jr.?
Yeah, no. He's still firing on all cylinders though. Like every time I'm there, I'm like, all right, this is a new facet to Iron Man a little bit, and it's still like an engaging performance.
I don't know. I feel like
Chris Evans,
when I watch like Homecoming, I just see like him just being like.
He was in it for like 10 minutes. Just like
I thought he was great in Homecoming. I thought he was
for the amount of time he was in it. I think he was great.
Yeah, but I look at like Chris Evans like in First Avenger, I'm like. Man, I'm with this guy.
Yeah.
He is great. He is charismatic, and I'm supporting him. Especially by like Age of Ultron and Civil War, I'm like, all right, you kind of, you're very comfortable in your role.
Isn't he becoming
now.
like this, like the Nomad or something? What's that?
That might be it might be a storyline.
There is I mean, the directors have said he's nomad in everything but name.
Because he doesn't have his star on his chest. He still wears the uniform, but it's more of a very worn out, faded uniform.
So he's not Captain America as we know.
Not by title.
The dropping of the shield was symbolic that he sort of abandons that role. Or he leaves that role behind because
that makes that scene a lot more significant.
Yeah. Because he feels like the role that he needs to fill out is not consistent with what the role Captain America needs to be.
Got it.
Especially in the wake of Civil War.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's pretty cool then.
Martin love.
Yeah. But actually, I want to take some time to talk about Thanos, right? Because Thanos is the big baddie.
Yeah.
He's the one that we're all supposed to be scared of, and supposed to, he's the big one, like you said. He's supposed to be impactful. I'm a little bit worried about what they're going to do with Thanos.
I mean, up to this point, we've only seen him sitting on a throne.
Well, it's not even that. I just think about Ultron and specifically in the team villain movie, Ultron and Loki, right? Loki, I think we had a little bit more engagement with because he already had a film before then, where we got to really get to know him as an antagonist to another movie. With Ultron, I enjoy him, but the thing about these Avengers villains is they're left to the world domination or world extinction sort of role.
I mean, you have to be if you're going to get all those heroes against you.
I don't necessarily think that necessarily needs to be the case. There are villains for team-up sort of situations where they can be more... I think about Maxwell Lord in the Justice League. He's more about playing the system and manipulating the system to his own ends in a much more charismatic and creative way as opposed to just world domination. Or even Lex Luthor when he tries to become president in the DC comic. And I don't mean to just make this a Marvel DC comparison. My point being that I'm worried that Thanos gets relegated to I'm the big bad who's here to kick butt and that's about it. Because they're playing him up a lot to make him seem maybe more interesting than he actually is. Even in the comics, he's kind of I'm buff and I'm just here to give you a hard time. Yeah.
I get that. Yeah. And that is a worry of mine.
But you continue.
Well, I was just going to say but I think I like the casting of Josh Brolin as the voice of.
Yeah, not what I would have casted, but I'm impressed with it.
You think about it, and also I think it also kind of connects to also when he got cast as Cable. It's you don't think of Josh Brolin who can encompass these roles, but look at Old Country for No Country for Old Men. You look at Sicario. You look at American Gangster. I mean,
Josh Brolin's great.
He had a bad black eye with Jonah Hex. But I think he has it in him to be a very dark. I don't know. I look at this Thanos character. And I'm I think I'm buying it so far. I really do. I think I am.
From what you've seen.
Yeah, he has that calm. He has a calm demeanor because he knows how powerful he is. He doesn't need to show it off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He has this calm demeanor about him that just means he could literally snap your neck without a thought.
Yeah.
And he just the voice and to me a calm voice and a giant body is bad news. Yeah. Bad news bears.
They're aware of their
power
exactly. Over you.
Exactly.
You're small.
You're nothing to me.
Ace just nailed it on the head. They know how powerful they are, and that just calm demeanor is I know 10 scenarios how I can win this right now.
Yeah. I guess my whole thing with the throne comment I was making is a lot of people are it's not that huge a deal, but for me it's when you first see him, they first reveal him, you're oh shit, this is the actual big bad, But then you only keep seeing him in the throne, and I don't know. For me, he's lost
in that little
his
bit in
weight
Guardians.
over the time. His coming into this movie, while I know it's gonna be exciting to watch and it's gonna be cool. It's more of a finally than a oh shit, Thanos is here.
Yeah, I mean and that.
It's about time
it's sort of unfortunately the because in 2012 he was sort of revealed to be this bigger threat.
I feel if they had made him just a little more active in the other movies, he didn't have to do a lot, but just doing kind of something.
He basically just kind of lectured in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah,
exactly.
Lectured. But he had. But I think it kind of worked in Guardians because he still had the authority over what's his face.
Yeah.
Ronan.
But Ronan,
Ronan cowered until he had an Infinity Stone.
But not even really. There was that whole shouting match against. He basically blamed Thanos for the loss of Gamora and stuff like that.
Yeah, that was cool.
And there, but Ronan was kind of talking down to him, it's your fault that we're here. And then the voice of Thanos or whatever, he snapped his neck or whatever. And he's The only thing Thanos was like, the only thing I do not take seriously, boy, or something like that.
Yeah, but I think that goes back to his calm demeanor. Like, he doesn't, I mean, Ronan might say this shit, but I mean, I think
Yeah,
Thanos
I think
can,
in
like...
singular movies he's had a good impact, but in context now it's like, okay, finally we're
Yeah,
getting
no, I'm
something.
at the finally point as well. Like, I can't, like, finally, I mean, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I am interested to see what happens with this Black Order, I think is what they're called.
That's his, like...
That's his quattro of, like...
It's like his, People of the Apocalypse or whatever.
Yeah. It's his four horsemen of the apocalypse.
Yeah,
Yeah, there we
He's
go.
got like a quattro of like sort of servants that manipulate time and space in different ways, from what I understand.
Yeah, one of them's torturing Doctor Strange.
Right.
That's what it looks like.
Ebony Maw or something like that. Yvonne Maw, something
Ebony
like
Maw, I think it is.
Elon
Yeah,
Musk.
he's like,
There's,
hey, it might be. We don't know.
He's the next big villain.
Yeah.
there's Ebony Maw, there's Corvius Glaive, there's Proxima Midnight, and then there's a fourth one, the big one that I don't know.
I don't know.
He's probably gonna fight the Hulk. And all.
He might say hi to the Hulk here
Yeah.
and there.
Thor's getting a
Say
new weapon
hi.
in this movie. I'm so
I
sad.
hope Thor gets his weapon.
No, that's what he's doing. That's when he raises his hands with Rocket and Groot in that one thing to like call on the thunder or whatever. That's him holding the weapon. They just CGI'd it out.
Okay.
Because they're like, we don't want to show people yet. Even though,
I had a
even though
feeling that. I had a
Clearly
feeling.
that's what's happening.
even though the toys are out there and they have such confirmed that the thing exists.
I'm happy he gets an axe. I like an axe better.
Stormbreaker is what it's called.
Yeah, I like the axe.
love
I
it.
like an axe better than the hammer.
Everyone's getting axes now.
It's supposed to
God of
have.
War.
It's supposed to be one. It's supposed to be one side axe, one side a hammer. Actually,
I think it's more. I think
nice.
it's more to like the actual like artistic depictions of what Thor's hammer was. Like it had an axe on one side.
in the Ultimate Avengers comic.
Yeah,
which
that
is
too.
really what this line of Avengers was based on. Like Black Widow and Hawkeye, they're ultimate. They're part of the Ultimate Avengers. Line.
Yeah.
If it was the original lineup, they would
Hawkeye
have-
might be turning into Ronin.
I don't know what they're doing with Hawkeye. Like he said he would go back home.
Yeah, but he's on the run now. He can't exactly go
That's
home.
true. That's true. That's true.
Man.
It doesn't take much to find a safe house.
Vision has a human body or something like that.
Oh yeah, what was up with that?
Okay, so in the comics, right? Vision and Scarlet Witch.
He wants to
married,
get some.
right? No, yeah. Vision and,
Yeah,
Vision
don't
and
blame
Scarlet
him.
Witch get married, right?
Yeah.
They have kids because he wants to be like in relations with her. But what he did after
In
is he transferred.
relations.
Yeah.
I want to know.
He transferred his
that.
consciousness to like a human like body, not like a body he built on himself that emulates
Uh,
human
Yeah.
characteristics and traits and stuff like that. I don't know if that's what that is in the movie because he's got also his regular Vision body.
I think
Right.
He's got the Mind Stone. Maybe he just makes her
Yeah.
think.
yeah,
that
maybe
she's seeing like
maybe
him as
or
human
maybe he
whatever.
actually like can translate because he gave himself a cape. And like when
Yeah,
we
that's
first
true,
see him,
that
like
was
he
cool.
gave himself like a uniform.
Yeah.
So maybe he did that with a human body.
Yeah.
Always.
We saw Thor. It's like cape. Oh, I love cape. Mine's gold. Mine's
Yeah.
But yeah, so Vision's got a human body. That's pretty dope. Iron Man's got the. Everybody says it's the bleeding edge armor. I'm not ready to call it that, but it's essentially like a nanotech armor that forms.
Similar
around.
to like
Yeah.
T'Challa's new Wakandan.
Yeah, except it looks like his works a little bit slower.
Yeah. I think it morphed off of that watch scene in
Yeah.
in Civil War when he did that
Like
hand
Ben
thing.
10.
Yeah, when he
No,
popped the bullet.
absolutely, yeah. Iron Spider is a thing,
Yeah.
which is
Oh.
great. Gosh, there's so much good. Doctor Strange and Wong are in the movie.
Yeah.
Wong, I love me some Wong. This is some Wong.
I like him.
Wong was great.
He's
I like him
funny.
as a
He's
minor
really
character.
funny,
He's
yeah.
great. He's funny. He plays off of Strange pretty well. I
Yeah.
mean, because he knows like Strange is
It's just
good at
cool
what he
that like
does.
any magic is coming into this battle, you know.
The Guardians of the Galaxies, though. Galaxies,
I feel like they
It is
will be like
time.
late in the movie. I feel like
I think they're gonna have a smaller thing. In the
you know they're gonna
No,
be
but
like
they fight. No, I don't think so. Actually. I wholeheartedly disagree with you there.
yeah.
I think the movie actually
starts off
opens-
with Thor getting hit on the
Yes,
drive-by.
picking up from the Ragnarok post-credits.
I
Have
think
you
it
seen
does.
Ragnarok yet?
I
messaged
honestly-
You texted me.
I texted you. You didn't text me back.
I thought I said I
Ooh.
didn't.
No,
Drama.
you didn't. I just wanted to
Drama.
confirm because we need to watch it.
I agree with David though. I do think it starts off with that immediately with that, and then there's another scene that was leaked where we think Thor is going to the Collector to get the Power Stone or whatever.
The Guardians go to get the Power Stone. The Guardians go to the Collector for some reason. I
But
don't know why.
Thanos beat them to it,
Yes.
and then I don't know. I think
The
it's
Reality Stone. is what it is.
yeah. I think somehow that's how the movie's gonna start off. Either like we see the ship being massacred.
You know what? Actually, you know what?
Or it's like a
actually
post-massacre.
I'm going to contradict myself. I think what's going to happen is it starts off with the Guardians. Actually, I think they're going to go to the Collector because they need to get something.
I think it
They
does.
they catch Thanos mid killing the Collector because he's probably dead. They follow Thanos because they're like, all right, Guardians, we gotta check out what's going on here. Groot, get off your thing. I am Groot.
Oh,
Whoa,
yeah.
language.
Yeah.
You know, one Guardian.
Yeah.
They encounter Thor's damaged ship. They pick up Thor.
Oh,
and Thor
okay.
tells them what happened.
Oh,
And then they all go to Earth, and then we pick up with Iron Man, and then we pick up with Captain America
Yeah.
later.
And their whole drama.
Yeah, and their whole drama.
Their whole drama.
I think the Guardians actually play a pretty significant role because, like,
I think they play a decent role.
Star-Lord and Drax and Gamora are on that battlefield in like
That's a fair
the
point.
destroyed New York or
And I mean-
wherever.
and I
it is.
mean-
And that will be really cool.
Yeah.
I mean, you do see Star-Lord going off of Doctor Strange's levitation rings or something like that.
Yeah, he also like
jumping
goes into one of Strange's portals.
And
Like,
he
I'm
does
pretty
flip off the bird.
No, they didn't show it in the trailer.
I know.
Again, CGI. It's like
You just see his fist.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, what's going on
Yeah, we
there?
know
Let me
you're Chris
shake
Pratt,
my
we know
fist
you.
at you.
Side note, that's one when you first see the Guardians trailer with them in the lineup. That's the best way to hide the middle finger is when they bleeped it
Oh
out.
yeah, they censored it. In,
They
like,
censored it, but you knew
scanner.
it was there. While in the movie, you actually saw the middle finger.
Yeah.
middle
What if they
finger.
just like put a like
Yeah,
blurred
no, yeah,
in?
they put a blurred box,
Yeah.
and like
That's
as like,
funny.
and then there
like
was like
going
alien
off
language, and then there was like
Well,
alien
Well, it's a
language.
conscious profanity. Or
Yeah,
something.
there you go. Yeah.
See, that's clever. That's clever.
Yeah.
Shall we run through who's gonna die?
Ooh.
Captain America, probably.
I have.
I think he's done with the role.
I think
I think he's lost interest in the role. He doesn't want to come back, even if they do sign him
I
on.
did read an article about him that he just wants to become a normal person now. Like he doesn't want to be an actor anymore.
He what?
He
What?
wants to get more into directing.
Oh.
Maybe that's what it is. But he's like, I enjoy what this role has given me, and he seemed almost like apologetic, but like he was like, I'm done. I'm tired.
I think he's always been like weird about it too, because like he never dyes his hair blonde. He always puts on a wig or something like that, and like every time he's done, he like grows out his beard. I'm like, dude, come on, like, you're kind of Captain America. Can you just live the
Yeah.
role a little bit?
Yeah.
Why do you gotta be
Give
so?
me this.
Why do you gotta be so uppity about it? It's like it's super weird.
Okay, I'm not saying definitely they will, but I could see them doing that.
In Iron,
Yeah.
I think in Avengers 3 he definitely dies. In Avengers 4 he may come back
because
because Doctor Strange he has the time stone.
I heard
no,
this,
also
though.
isn't there like leaked photos of him and Robert Downey Jr. on like the next Avengers set, and he's
Yeah,
in his
and
old
Ant-Man.
Yeah, so I don't think he
That could be
dies.
flashback.
Well, I think it's time travel. I think is what it is.
Ooh.
It,
That's good.
yeah, it could be a lot of stuff. I don't know if I think Loki bites it.
Well, hang on, I was gonna go through the list. I got a whole
Well,
list. Here.
Oh, okay.
Well, here's
Hold this-
another thing I heard about the whole Captain America thing before we move. Is just like, if he like dips out, like dies and isn't in the universe anymore. I heard the guy playing Bucky is like still has a long time left on his contract. So
Well-
I've heard rumors of like them making him Captain America.
There's that, and
I
there's
know.
also like the possibility of Sam Wilson being Captain America because he does take on the mantle in the comics.
Sam
I'd be more up
Wilson
for that, but
is-
honestly, I just if it-
Falcon,
Falcon. Oh, so he would be
like Anthony Mackie's.
Oh, that'd be cool.
I'd be more up for
I
that,
like
but
that.
honestly, I don't want anybody else to be Captain America. Like,
See, I mean,
you
it's
want
like
Captain
Chris
America
Evans
to
is
do
Chris,
Captain
well,
America.
because Steve Rogers is Captain America. You can't take Sam Wilson and make him Captain America. Sam Wilson
It works
has his
in the
own
comics.
thing going. Yeah, it
It
does.
works in the comics, I don't
Especially
think it
after
works in the
75
movies.
years
Yeah.
of when the character's been around. You got to do something different. So we've had Cap for 7 years.
7-ish years, yeah.
2011.
Yeah.
So your thing just done with the captain.
If they just
I
want to
agree.
remove him, maybe bring him back in a new actor later. I'd be down
Thanks
for
for the
that.
sympathy
But,
laugh.
Wait 20 years down the road when you do a reboot of the
Yeah.
entire Avengers movies again.
Yeah.
Black Widow.
Oh.
I think she sticks around, but I'm not 100% on it. I think I'm under 50% that she sticks around.
Yeah.
Because like they're writing her movie, but that could easily be a prequel of some kind.
Yeah. I feel like with the Black Widow like movie, they'll probably do like background information on her
Yeah.
more or less than
Yeah.
like moving forward in the
Probably
series,
something
right?
similar to what they're doing with Captain Marvel, where it's like it takes
Yes.
place events before Iron Man was a thing or something. Like
I'm gonna say 60% sure she makes it.
Okay.
Like that's
Yeah.
another. Although that is another one that could be very, very up. It's up in the air for me right now for her.
Yeah.
She's a great character. I really enjoyed her, like evolution, especially in Winter Soldier and Civil War, because you saw her more as a human, like more of her human side, and her just like love for her friends and like the lengths she'll go to protect everyone. This, I just have a feeling.
Like make an ultimate sacrifice. You're
Yeah,
thinking?
I think something like that. I could
Yeah.
see it.
Yeah.
I could
That'd be
see
a
it.
satisfying like end to her career.
Like I said, I'm like 60% leaning towards she won't make it out.
on her relationship, on her relationships and like the series and stuff like
I
that.
hope her and Steve Rogers got together.
No,
I mean,
here's the
come
thing. In
on.
the comics,
Yeah.
I love in the comics that's like my OTP. But I love that. I kind of like really enjoy that there's like this platonic superhero relationship that's like it's not like, cause like it's also totally expected that they would get together. Because
Yeah.
like
So
they're so
break the
similar.
expectation, yeah.
They're so similar but different at the same time. But it's also like, oh, that's kind of cool. You guys are just buddies.
Yeah,
You guys
their
are hands.
friendship is super
Yeah.
interesting because she keeps
Although-
him in check.
Although I don't
Yeah.
like that they decided to give her the relationship with Bruce Banner.
Yeah, that
I
didn't
don't
work.
buy.
Yeah,
That didn't
Especially
work.
because it was so it was
Yeah.
pretty ham-fisted in Age of Ultron.
Yeah.
But that's that.
Whatever.
Thor.
Yes, he lives.
Under
Yeah,
50%, I'm going to say he lives.
Really?
Really?
That's
Yeah.
more than I would have.
I'm giving him a strong yes.
I could
Yeah.
see
I feel like
he's
he's
getting
the
a new
new rugged
weapon.
Thor, yeah.
He's
gone
getting a
through a
new,
lot.
he's getting a new
They
weapon.
kill him after all this.
Yeah.
We don't know whether or not everybody on that ship died because it could still.
Well, no,
be
he
some-
doesn't because he goes to build his sword and the Guardians rescue him.
I know, but like the other Asgardians on the ship. Like we don't know if like Thanos just automatically genocide.
Yeah, does Heimdall die? Oh, if Heimdall dies, I'm going to be so pissed.
Okay, we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
I
I think that's a strong yes. I think Chris
Yeah.
Hemsworth,
especially
with
because he wants to come back.
especially with the new avenues they took with Thor with Ragnarok. Whether you like it or not, he apparently had a lot of fun. They had a lot of
They
fun
all do.
making.
I think he has a lot of fun either way.
Yeah.
I mean, he does enjoy being that character.
So I think
Yes,
that's a
a
strong
lot.
yes. I think it's a strong yes. He survives.
Yeah. Hulk. I think that's an easy yes.
I see him later on the road dying, but not this movie.
Yeah, I don't.
I feel like it would have to be like one-on-one squaring up with Thanos. And
Oh
Thanos
my!
is
If they
like-
see, if they
Well,
do
also,
that,
like, he's got to fight Groot at some point, too.
True.
I need him and
Sure.
Groot to have, like, a back and forth.
Groot.
I feel like they may recast him sooner than anybody else.
they could.
Because, like, Mark Ruffalo, he's an older gentleman. And he doesn't have to get too physical, but, like, also, like, eventually you don't like to look at old superheroes anymore. That's just a,
I know
a
people don't
factor of
like
life.
people don't like them aging. I mean it's a fact of life.
The one
but I
exception
mean,
was Logan, where it was like that was the point.
yeah.
Yeah.
That was a
That
good
was
one.
So good. Hawkeye. I think he lives.
I think he turns
I
into
think
Ronan.
I think they've made it a point for him to live up to this point.
Yeah, I feel like there's gonna be bad blood or something. Like he's going to live, but there's gonna be something at the end for him that's not gonna be.
See, that's why I think he turns into Ronan.
Yeah, I can see where you're going with that. Yeah, for
Is
sure.
Ronan
But
another like?
It's another persona he takes on.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Where he goes much more AWOL.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, he becomes vigilante.
kind of.
Much more so.
Yeah,
Scarlet Witch. I think she lives.
I think
Yeah.
she lives.
My theory is that, like, you know, depending on who lives, who dies, whatever. I have a feeling that Thanos, depending on how many stones he gets, he will use them to resurrect people that have died in the MCU and use them to fight against the current heroes. I think Quicksilver will get resurrected as a servant.
Zombie Quicksilver.
As a servant of Thanos. That's what I think. I don't know if that's true, but I don't see why they wouldn't do that because I think people miss Quicksilver in many ways. Plus, also every universe needs their speedster. You know.
True.
Vision, you're done.
Dead.
You're out.
Dead.
If Thanos needs your stone, you can't live without it. You're kind of done, my guy.
I mean, there might be something because you see Shuri doing something with him in the lab, and she's fighting. She shoots her gauntlet at something.
I think they're trying to evaluate how they can save him. or
Maybe,
something like
yeah, but I don't think he lives.
that. Maybe that's what the new body is for. Like they're putting his consciousness into a new
Oh,
body.
that would be.
Maybe,
That would be a
maybe,
good
but
theory. I feel like.
I don't know. I just with Thanos needing that stone, I don't think he could. I don't think he
Yeah.
makes it.
Lives. Maybe that's where he. Yeah.
Black Panther, easy save.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
definitely.
No question.
There's-
Dude,
he's
it's
got
already
power.
got that, dude.
Like
Are you
the
kidding me?
sequels, like.
He's got
Yeah.
10 sequels. He's got.
Yeah.
Chadwick Boseman has like 10 sequels. He's got to work on.
If that character dies, there's gonna be uprising.
Although I'm not saying anybody from Black Panther will not die.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
I think there is going to be some Black Panther characters who will not make it out.
Interesting. Maybe.
Maybe his bodyguard, the lead bodyguard. I could see
Oh,
her.
Oh, yeah?
yeah.
And also I think
You think M'Baku could die?
maybe,
I
but
don't know.
also I think another person who might die is Ogoya's fiance.
Or Kabi?
Yes,
I think he's
the
in
guy
this
played-
movie.
Well, I
he's
think
in
he might
prison.
do a redemption arc because you see his tribe members
You're talking about
in the
Daniel
charge.
Kaluuya.
You see the tribe members in the charge, so maybe that's like kind of like a redemption for him.
Mm.
He might be in like Wakanda jail, and then they need everybody hands on deck.
Right.
But also, they all serve the king of Wakanda at some point, so maybe they're
Yeah,
just calling on.
I don't know. I just like T'Challa, plot armor, he's gonna live. I think some people from Black Panther will die.
M'Baku? So yes or no? What do you say? Anybody? I don't think he'll die. I think they're gonna keep him around.
I think they're
Because
gonna keep him around
I
'cause
think
he
they
plays
want to
off.
make. I think they want to make him more villainous down the line too.
I think
Yeah.
he plays off well with Chadwick Boseman as well.
Exactly. Yeah.
Shuri,
Another
is she gonna stick around?
I think definitely Shuri's gonna stick around.
So Okoye and Wakabi may be the only ones that'll bite it.
I think so.
I can see Okoye biting it. I don't want to because Danai Guerrero is amazing.
Oh no,
Yeah.
I love her,
Yeah.
but I just feel like it also like I said, like with this is gonna hit a lot of people hard, especially with the characters.
Mhm.
And I
Yeah,
think
sure.
having like a loyal bodyguard who is also your friend, who you've known for like maybe your entire childhood.
Dude, I'll cry.
Yeah, I have a feeling something like that will happen.
Spider-Man, easy safe.
Yeah.
Because the second movie is coming out. So that's really
Yeah.
Plus, they really made this Spider-Man young, so to like
Yeah.
kill a young Spider-Man would be kind of morbid.
Yeah. I think Falcon is safe too.
Yeah.
I do too.
I would say.
Yeah.
I mean, not like
Safe,
not safe, but safe.
I think
Injured, but
Yeah.
not dead.
Yeah.
Exactly. I think War Machine could easily bite it.
I do too.
But the other
They
thing is
already
like
did a fake out with him.
that's the other. They tease it so much. Like I wonder if they would actually do it.
But I mean, I don't know. RDJ is like crying over something.
I think it's Peter. Like he thinks Peter is dead, but he's really not.
Maybe.
Maybe it's Cap.
Maybe. I don't know. It's like something hits him hard.
Mm.
All right. I don't think it's Rhodey. If they kill off Rhodey, I'll be upset.
I would think it would be an appropriate end.
Yeah.
To be honest, I think it would be
For
appropriate.
War Machine.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love Rhodey. Don't get me wrong. I love the actor who plays him. I love his
Don Cheadle
portrayal.
was awesome.
I just think I don't know. I think a lot of deaths I think what happened would actually fit.
Yeah.
And I'm not just saying this because they need to get written off.
Yeah.
I just think they would fit pretty well.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange, probably not.
Nah.
Lives.
Yeah, I think
Like,
it's safe.
I mean, pretty safe. They brought him along at this point in time so that they can have more heroes when the old guard sort of goes out. That's kind of the point.
Yeah, he's still new blood.
Yeah. I think
Still relevant.
Yeah.
I think Wong is safe as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's
Yeah.
Partnering them.
Yeah.
Ant-Man, definitely safe.
Yeah. He has a movie coming out.
Wasp.
No, he's dying. Calling it now.
Wasp is not showing up in this movie.
Well, I know she's not, but like.
The sequel.
Oh,
Yeah,
the sequel. Okay, yeah.
I was like, whoa.
I was bummed that they're not going to put her in this movie. I'm like, oh gosh.
Yeah.
They're
I
like,
think she
we
had.
gotta
Or
save
just,
her.
like,
We gotta save her
introduce her
for. We gotta save her for Ant-Man and the Wasp. I'm like, all right, fine.
She might. She's gonna steal that movie.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's gonna be the Wasp.
Star-Lord, I think
Yeah.
makes it.
Star-Lord. I think. Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely
makes
with
it.
Chris Pratt makes
Chris
it.
Pratt is amazing.
Oh, man.
Gamora, I think makes it.
No, I think she bites it.
You think she?
Really?
I think Nebula bites it.
Yeah, I can see that.
I could see
definitely that.
Nebula either. I could see either one of them biting it, but I have a feeling Thanos will have a definite. I think Thanos will kill them more.
I think he'll kill Nebula first.
I don't know.
Plot.
That would be a.
Well, also like
family
here's the other thing too, right? The directors have said that a lot of things mirror stuff in the comics. Like a lot of this film mirrors notable moments in the comics. Gamora was the one to take out Thanos in Infinity Gauntlet.
Okay.
Oh.
Also in the Infinity Gauntlet comic, as a fun fact, the whole reason like sort of Thanos goes on this quest is because like he wants to impress Death, Lady Death, the embodiment of like actual Death personified.
Oh yeah,
Like,
he
wants
tries to win her heart.
Yeah, he tries to win her heart.
Oh,
That's
Thanos
why.
is a softie.
Yeah, that's why he wants to kill half the universe. He's
Watch
like,
me
oh wow,
kill
you
the
killed a
universe
lot of
for
people.
you.
I'll be your girlfriend or whatever. That's what it is. So, like, I mean, just as a fun tidbit there. If that is what it is, I'll be like, oh my gosh, that's comic. But I'm like, this sounds kind of cliche. It's kind of lame, but it's like whatever.
Pulling heartstrings.
Drax. I don't know. This might be it.
Mm.
Drax, I could see.
I can see him too.
Yeah.
I could see him too.
Getting
I
just
want-
like overwhelmed.
No,
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
love what he's done with him. Like
Dave
you take
Bautista.
you take Dave Bautista, a guy who
I feel like a Guardians 3 movie wouldn't be the same without him though.
No, it wouldn't. But maybe that plot revolves around bringing him back, since they're bringing Adam Warlock or something like that.
Does he have something to do with like necromancy or some shit?
Well, I mean, like that whole like, what is it? The elite society, the golden people, or whatever.
Yeah.
They're all about like sustained life and like perfect life or whatever, and living in like creation and stuff like that.
I will say,
Okay.
I'm 50-50 on that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I could
Yeah.
Drax
either
could
way.
bite it.
I feel like out of anyone in Guardians of the Galaxy, him or Groot.
No,
I don't think they would do Groot
Yeah,
again.
Groot is kind of iconic.
Because Groot's too easy to save at this point. Like it's like, no,
Mantis.
just get a twig. Mantis, you think?
I think Mantis will bite it.
All right.
I
I don't think she will. I think she's sticking around for the long
Is she
haul.
fighting?
Yeah, she's in the
She's
movie.
in the movie.
No,
Wait, does she have like other powers though? Like,
no, but she's gonna be there. Like,
She's a Guardian member.
okay.
she's a member of the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Well, okay. So do you think Rocket will make it?
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel pretty
He's got too
confident
big of
about
a
it.
foul mouth that kids love him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love him too.
Rocket, I think Rocket's
Rocket
a
without
good
Groot.
Yeah.
Either.
Yeah.
Or Groot without
That-
Rocket.
Dynamic.
I think you say both. I think if anybody would be Drax.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. I don't want it to happen. I don't want anyone to die.
Man, how many more characters we got?
Except for Iron
Oh,
Man.
we
Oh
have-
no, that's it. We're done.
Well, okay. First of all, Iron Man's gonna make it.
Yeah.
I said Iron Man.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
I think
that.
I did. Right?
Did we?
I think you started with Cap.
Clearly.
Yeah, I did. But I was like Cap and then Iron Man. We're like Iron Man, definitely.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear.
Yeah.
All right. So that's about it. I'm psyched for Infinity War.
Oh,
I watched
2
the
weeks,
Yeah. I keep
or whenever this comes out.
2 weeks from this recording. Yeah, I keep watching trailers and it's getting.
I keep
very
watching
exciting.
TV spots as soon as they pop up.
Yeah.
So good, so good. So everybody, thank you so much for joining us on this episode of Nerds of UVM. We appreciate having you here and talking about Avengers. If you like what you've seen here, consider subscribing to the YouTube channel there or following us on our social media there. We do a lot of fun stuff and we keep you updated on when we got stuff coming out. I'm going to end it right there, I think. I've been David.
I've been Bob.
I'm Ace.
And I've been Luke.
This has been Nerds of UVM. Thank you so much for joining us. Until next time, live long and prosper.
I hope they remember you.
Avengers assemble!